Hello, Pokepeeps. Ranger Curly here, gonna bring you some Great League matches. These are the first Great League matches I've been doing since the Season of Light has begun. There has been a big moveset update, so it's time to try out some new Pokemon. So first up, we have Swampert, not a new one, but very reliable in the meta. Next we have Jumpluff, sporting the Fairy Wind move now. And I am rocking a Steelix. I've been loving Steelix. It now has the move Psychich Fangs. Steelix is a defensive monster. It gets a lot of energy from Dragon Tail, so it's able to fire Psychic Fangs a lot. And you can also charge up to the nuke Earthquake. So I'm having a lot of fun with this team, and I can't wait to show you guys how we do. Let's get into some battles. First matchup, let's see who we're up against. Boofus Nosedive. Okay, there's an interesting one. What you got for me, Boofus? A Bastiodon lead. It is a steel rock type. So, we can actually probably KO this thing with one Earthquake. The problem is just going to be getting there. But really, it's not that big of a problem. It's going to be throwing rocks at us with Smackdown. That's not very effective on our steel type Steelix. Yeah, we could be a little fearful of Flamethrower. It might do half health if they are lucky. Let's see what they do. There's the Flamethrower. Yeah, it doesn't even do half health, so that is looking great. They are switching. Gonna use Psychic Fangs. They switched at the moment I got to Earthquake, so they definitely knew what they were doing. Psychic Fangs into the Trevenant, lowering its defense. Gonna bring out my Jumpluff. I am really enjoying Jumpluff with the Fairy Wind. Fairy Wind is giving a lot of energy really quickly. It's just not doing a lot of damage, but something I didn't know about Jumpluff is it's actually pretty bulky. Being grass flying, it's actually got a weakness to ice, like detrimental weakness, but luckily Trevenant's not an ice type. We're going for the Acrobats. Yep, they are shielding. We are going to be getting to our next Acrobats really quickly. But my opponent is also going to be getting to their next charge move really quick. So is it Seed Bomb or Shadow Ball though? Ooh, Seed Bomb. I might not have needed to shield that. Being grass flying, I would have resisted Seed Bomb. We're going into our next Acrobatics. I might have been able to take him out with Seed Bomb, but just in case, I'm going to use Acrobatics. Down goes the Trevenant. Alright, so they decided to keep their shield. Yep, I imagine Bastiodon would come back. Now the rocks are doing super effective damage to Jumpluff. I would have liked to get to an energy ball, maybe get that attack debuff on my, no, defense debuff on my opponent. But yep, Jumpluff goes down. Bringing Steelix back out. Gonna use my shield this time. If the Flamethrower didn't take me out, it's gonna get me very close. I would really like to Earthquake the Bastiodon out of here. But Swampert into Bastiodon wouldn't be that bad. The issue is, if they have another grass type in the back, Swampert isn't going to last. So, really want to take out the Bastiodon. They take the Earthquake, KOs in one shot, and I think that was a shiny Noctowl, wasn't it? That's a cool Pokemon to be having in the back there, friend. Gonna fire the Psychic Fangs, they take it. Yeah, they didn't have much to fear there. Like, Earthquake is gonna be resisted because of the flying type. I was almost able to fire a second Psychic Fangs, but I think my opponent is very good at counting. They knew when I was gonna get to that Psychic Fangs, taking me out with the Shadow Ball. Alright, there goes Steelix, bringing out the Swampert. Now, remember, he's got a debuffed Noctowl here. These Hydro Cannons are going to be doing a lot of damage. So I imagine I am totally going to grab this first shield. Yep, there's the first shield. Now, all depends on if my Swampert can take a Sky Attack or a Shadow Ball from this Noctowl, and then follow up with a Hydro Cannon. My opponent is going to fire, what you got? Shadow Ball! Okay, luckily it did not take us out. We are getting to our Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon hits like a truck from Swampert. Let's see if it's going to take out this Noctowl. Bam! Yep, after that debuff, it was... Oh! Well, you know, it hung on by a thread, but we were able to throw some mud at it to finish it off. Good game. Going into the second match, who are we up against this time? Blue Wolf Gone. That sounds like an anime name. Let's go, Blue Wolf. Ooh, a Politoed. Alright, this is not looking great. It is a Shadow Politoed too, so that is going to be doing some extra damage on me. Oh, cool. That's some really nice lag there. Now, luckily, it looks like my moves were going through. My opponent is really overcharging, unless they are going to Earthquake or Blizzard. Politoed usually runs Mud Shot with Weather Ball. Yep, there's the Weather Ball. Yeah, it does a nice chunk of damage. It's also usually running either Blizzard or Earthquake with the Weather Ball. But yeah, they really only need to be using Weather Ball. I actually fake a Earthquake. I charge up the Earthquake and use Psychic Fangs. They use a shield, which is exactly what I wanted. I'm going to let this go through and actually let my Steelix get KO'd. Going to send in my Jumpluff. Now, Jumpluff would be taking a lot of damage from a Blizzard. Luckily, they switch out, so that's telling me there was probably an Earthquake Politoed. And they bring out a lone Marowak. This is fantastic. It is locked into my Swampert. Gonna take its first move. Shadow Bone does a lot of damage. Shadow Bone has a high chance of lowering my defense. Luckily, it didn't do that. I'm gonna overcharge a bunch before going into the Hydro Cannon. Let's see what my opponent decides to do here. Ooh, down goes the Marowak. Oh no, it hung on by a thread. Yep, we tried to get one last Mud Shot in there. Unfortunately, we must have CMP tied, or at least like really close. They throw a Bone Club, they get a shield off me, but I do get a very charged up Swampert here. We get to the Sludge Wave. I'm gonna go for the KO. I'm not gonna fake a Hydro Cannon. I'm throwing the Sludge Wave. It's gonna tell my opponent that I'm a Sludge Wave Swampert and not an Earthquake Swampert, but no matter. They have a Muck in the back. Okay, that is pretty interesting. But like I said, now that they know that I'm not Earthquake, I'm pretty sure they aren't going to use a shield. Oh, look at that. They used the shield anyway. That's looking pretty good for us. No, they are a poison type. You would normally be afraid of this matchup with Jumpluff. I switched Jumpluff out just so they wouldn't be able to like really overcharge. I did not shield because I know Muck loves to run Thunder Punch. And its second move, honestly, it might be Dark Pulse. I think it gets Sludge Wave. Ooh, Acrobatics does a bunch of damage. But yeah, I do think it might get Sludge Wave, but I feel like a lot of people run Dark Pulse and Thunder Punch. Let's see what my opponent is going to throw. Oh, it is Dark Pulse, so it's a Dark Pulse Thunder Punch set. If it was running a Poison move, it might have had a better shot, like Sludge Wave, might be Gunk Shot. But yeah. We are going to throw the Energy Ball just to take out this Muck, and that is a good game. Yeah, didn't feel like we had the advantage there, but we were able to pull it through, do our fast charging Pokemon in the back. We are 2 for 2 so far. Let's go into the third match. Who are we up against this time? Red and Field. Okay, Red and Field. I like that he was sporting the classic red setup there. Ooh, Shadow Dragonite. Okay, I love that Shadow Dragonite actually has superpower now, which is probably why they were running it. But it was a very bad matchup for us because we're running Dragon Tail. They bring out Venusaur, and honestly, we're not really that afraid of that either. Because we're Steel Ground, we actually are getting neutral damage from its Grass-type moves. Meanwhile, Psychic will be super effective, and we're just going to keep hammering it away with these Dragon Tails. Opponent is going to throw a move. Nothing really to worry about here. It can't be Sludge Bomb. The Sludge Bomb we resist entirely. There's the Frenzy Plant. Does maybe half our health. Gonna go right into the Psychic Fangs. Going to hopefully KO the Venusaur, otherwise I'm just gonna be getting some energy off of it. Yep, there goes the Venusaur. So let's see who my opponent sends out next. Yeah, that wasn't the greatest switch for Steelix, but maybe they didn't know about Psychic Fangs, it's still new. But they did have Dragonite with superpower, so they must be pretty knowledgeable. They bring out a Lantern. Okay, another Pokemon that got a recent buff. It now has Surf. And yeah, that would have taken out my Steelix, so I'm going to send in Jumpluff. Jumpluff running Fairy Wind. I kind of want them to bring Dragonite back, and so they do. Before that, we did take a Thunderbolt, which does neutral damage. Grass Flying makes it neutral. We're going to go right into an Acrobatics, get a shield from the Dragonite. Fairy Wind is doing super effective damage, but Fairy Wind isn't for doing massive amounts of damage, it's just for racking up energy. They totally seem to know when I got to my next Acrobatic, so I guess they counted? Like, good for them. Like, that's pretty knowledgeable if they were able to count my Fairy Winds into an Acrobatic. Very smart player I'm facing. They shield up that Acrobatics. I'm gonna fire some more Fairy Winds, but they have a lot of energy on this Dragonite, so I do have to be very fearful. If it's throwing Dragon Claw, I'd resist it, but I'm in the red, so I'm going to shield. Yep, there is the Dragon Claw. It is a Shadow Dragonite too, so there's no telling if I would have actually held on. My opponent, I would have thought maybe they had another Dragon Claw racked up, but lucky me, they did not, or they just didn't throw. Using Psychic Fangs, takes it out, bring my Swampert into the Lantern. My opponent sees there's nothing they could do. Swampert being ground is going to resist the electric moves, and it is a good game. We are 3 for 3. We are looking really good right now. Up against what appears to be Lewis. Let's go, Lewis! They are sending out a Miltank. Okay, Miltank has Rollout, Body Slam, Ice Beam. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing here that we're too afraid of. Yeah, Rollout is going to get them to their Body Slams really quickly. Maybe even to an Ice Beam pretty quick, but yeah, judging from, I think it was like 3 rollouts, will get them to a Body Slam, so yeah, I have no reason to shield whatsoever. Gonna be using Dragon Tails, chip away at it. I honestly am probably gonna go right for the Earthquake to see if I can knock out this Miltank. There's another Body Slam, I overcharge, and let's fire off this Earthquake. My opponent, let's see if they are going to shield or not. Ooh, they don't shield, and they held on. Okay, would have loved to take out that Miltank. They bring out a Lantern. Okay, what I really wanted to do here is call when they were going to get to the surf. Unfortunately, I missed my opportunity. I would have loved to send a Jump Bluff into that. But yeah, I'm going to have to shield this. I don't want to waste all of that energy. I do get to the Earthquake now, so I'm going to fire the Earthquake because of the Jump Bluff switch not working out. So yeah, being a Electric Water Earthquake would actually probably knock out the Lantern, if not get really close. So I'm going to bring in Swampert now, hopefully going to overcharge here. Its Surfs will be doing neutral damage. My opponent doesn't know if I'm running Earthquake or not, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Maybe grab a shield. Ooh, they fired Thunderbolt for some reason. Yeah, I'm not really sure why they did that. I'm completely resist it. Gonna fire the Sludge Wave, doing neutral damage, hopefully taking out the Lantern. Well, let's see what they do. Yep. I think we were able to sneak in one more Mud Shot before the Lantern got KO'd, so we are getting some nice energy off of that. Ooh, out comes an Altaria. Alright, this might actually save them. Sludge Wave will be doing neutral damage. I'm gonna go for it. Let's see if my opponent does. Oh, there goes the last shield. Yeah. Now this would be great if my Steelix had more health. Jump Bluff isn't going to be able to do too much, but I do have the shield advantage. I have to really think here. Okay. I let the timer go through a little bit. Fairy Wind is doing super effective damage, but only tiny bits. Like I said earlier, Fairy Wind is an energy generator, not a damage booster. I don't know what the wording is. They bring in Miltank. Okay. I actually would have loved to just like taking this down with some Dragon Tails, but unfortunately they get to a move. I was actually really hoping they were throwing a Body Slam. Unfortunately, it was an Ice Beam. Gonna throw in some more Fairy Winds, hopefully take the Miltank out before they get to a move. Ooh, but Rollout gives it just enough energy for them to throw a Body Slam. This has got to be Body Slam. I don't think they got to Ice Beam. Good. It was a Body Slam. We're pretty bulky, so we take it. And we Fairy Wind the Miltank down. We're very charged up. Like, hopefully 2 Acrobatics is going to be able to take out the Altaria. Let's see how much damage we do. I would have liked a little bit more damage. This is going to be really, really close. This Acrobatics is not going to take this Altaria out, but it is going to put it into the red. But how much into the red, I'm not sure. It's super close. Just a couple of Fairy Winds would take this Altaria out. But if they get to a Sky Attack, oh! Yep, they get to the Sky Attack, and that is definitely going to be able to take us out. We got super close to our charge moves, but that, unfortunately, is going to be our loss. But honestly, it was a pretty good game. Final match of the set. We are 3 for 4 right now. Up against Red Tiger Spirit. Oh, yeah, that's a badass name. They send out a lone Ninetales. At first glance, this is a very great setup for us. Unfortunately, Dragon Tail, being a dragon type move, is resisted by fairies. So, yeah, each of us is doing, like, not very effective damage to the other. Ninetales uses Charm. If he's using Powder Snow, it would be probably in a better spot. But no, we have a Charm user. They fire the Weather Ball. Does mad damage. Steelix is very defensive, so it's not going to be doing too much. We're going for a neutral, effective Earthquake. Let's see if they decide to shield. Ooh, they don't shield, so we're doing a nice chunk of damage. It would be really nice if we could Dragon Tail it down, but I don't see that happening, so I'm going to throw the Psychic Fangs. Charm, even if we are resisting it, is doing a lot of damage. I don't want them to get to that other Weather Ball, so we're going to have to throw the Psychic Fangs. They send out a Shadow Swampert. Okay, Mud Shot is a lot like Fairy Wind. It doesn't do much damage, but gives a lot of energy, but because it's not doing much damage, even if it is super effective, we're going to be able to get to our Psychic Fangs, which actually grabs a shield from our opponent, which is wonderful. So we have the shield advantage, the switch advantage, and they got a defense debuff. So this is looking very positive for us. Send in the Jump Bluff. I'm kind of taking a risk here. Jump Bluff is going to be super resisted to Swampert if it's running Hydro Cannon and Earthquake. I don't shield, taking the risk, and it did fire a Hydro Cannon. So my opponent is totally messing with me here, not revealing if they have Sludge Wave. They fire the Hydro Cannon. I'm not going to risk it the second time. Gonna throw my shield only because I was able to get to an Energy Ball. If my Energy Ball makes contact, it will be knocking out this Swampert. So let's see what they decide to do. Ooh, okay, Swampert is down. They bring out their last Pokemon, a Skarmory. Okay, so Skarmory being Steel Flying is going to be resisting my Ground-type Mudshot. But Mudshot, as I said earlier, is an energy maker. So we are going to be getting a lot of Hydro Cannons. We don't really want Jump Bluff into this Skarmory. Like, Jump Bluff isn't really going to be able to do anything to Skarmory. It can do maybe some damage with Acrobatics, but not really. So we really want Swampert to stay out and just fire Hydro Cannon after Hydro Cannon. When we get the last shield, it would be really nice if we can get to that last Hydro Cannon. Opponent is finally throwing a move. Now, did they get to 2 Sky Attacks or not? Let's see what they do. There is 1 Sky Attack, grabs my shield. Ooh, they did get back-to-back Sky Attacks. So now it's up to you, Swampert. We were like right there at that Hydro Cannon. Can you take the Sky Attack? Ooh, yeah, we have hung on. We get to that Hydro Cannon. The Skarmory is definitely not going to be able to hang on without shield, giving us the 4-5 win. Good game, Tiger Spirit. So there we have it, a 4-5 win set with the new Steelix and new Jump Bluff. I love using this Steelix as a lead. It's very bulky. It can either debuff your opponent or hit him with a nuke. I'm going to keep using it. I'd love to try it for Ultra League, but I don't know if I have enough XLs. Well, I do know. Right now I only have like 30 and I need 80. So something I'm going to work on. So hopefully I'll be making an Ultra League Steelix soon and you guys can see that. Looks like I got a Swoobat as my encounter. Let's see our IVs. Perfect Woobat. Huh. Okay. Wasn't expecting that, but you know, I'll take it. Perfect Woobat out of PvP. Nice. So 4 for 5. Right now it's just wins to get us up a rank. I'm at 16 on like day 4 or 5 of the new season, and this team has been rocking it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you didn't know, I have an Instagram at TheRangerCurly. Go check it out. I post on there pretty much daily what my daily catches are for my adventure incense or anything else I might have caught. Cool. Recently, I actually discovered something that might be a error on Niantic's part and found a Combee nest. Combee gives you 750 dust a capture. So if you want to keep up on local stuff like that, go check it out at TheRangerCurly on Instagram. And as always, trainers, happy hunting.